Hey, today we are going to deep clean and chit chat. And if you're new here, I'm Bailee from Bailee, Cribb, Bridal. I am a wedding hair and makeup specialist, creator of Coastal Editorial Glam and the Bailee Wave and Sculpt. If you are currently planning your own wedding, you might want to stick around for this one. Let's see. Where is my spray? So I actually have a lot of things that I still need to depot, but I don't have anything to put those items in, i.e. these little doodads. But goodness, this kid's an actual nightmare. Why is there foundation on that? I don't know. But this needs a whole reset. Because for Christmas, I got a smaller version of this little container here. Oh, I didn't even clean this out last time. Goodness, I am a terrible hair and makeup artist. Ugh. I also have my mini kit over there. Not my mini kit, but the other portion of it that needs to be cleaned too. But I'm going to tackle this one first. Okay, this is a lot better. I moved the mirror. Now I have more room, and I got my I have my smaller kit over here. But I am excited. Because this is, like, a little overdue. There's a bunch of things brides don't realize until they start planning. There are so many tiny decisions that have to be made. It's not even funny. Ooh, I need to refill this. Let's start with the smaller one. Yeah, like this needs to be in a smaller container. Not it. It can also be really emotional finding your vendors, and I'm speaking from experience. Like, these people are going to be there on pretty much the biggest day of your life. Like, you need to select them very carefully. Like, don't just pick someone because they're popular, or because everybody books them, or because they've been featured in XYZ. You need to book them because you like their work. Uncomfortable as that sounds, it's the truth. There's so many times I've seen brides book a vendor because they're just popular, and then they hated the result because they didn't specialize in the look or the style or whatever it is that they wanted. Like, that's the #1 way to be disappointed. Brides also don't realize how fast that Pinterest board is going to fill up. Like, oh my gosh. Especially if you've been building that board since you were 14 like me, because that is the #1 way to confuse yourself. So I recommend going through and doing like a deep edit of your Pinterest boards, because that will help you really narrow down your wedding vision. Like, when you're going through and you're hardcore editing that board, it's a little easier to actually see what you do and don't want for your wedding day. And I recommend, if you can, doing this when no one is home, that we don't have any outside input to distract you from what you actually want. And I'm not saying don't take your partner's wants, desires, wishes. I'm not saying don't take this into consideration. But, like, sit down and, think, what do you actually want for your wedding? Brides also don't realize how easy it actually is once you find your people for your wedding day. Like, when you find that perfect vendor for you, oh my gosh, things move 10 times faster, so much easier. There's nowhere near as much stress. And I'm telling you these things, like, out of not just a wedding vendor perspective, but my own perspective, because I got married a couple years ago. Yeah. So I'm not just telling you this one-sided. Yeah, I bubble wrap my stuff so it doesn't break, because I am mildly clumsy. I hear brides say this a lot, is, I didn't expect wedding planning to feel like this. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you now, because I've experienced it. I've seen it time and time again. 1 month before your wedding, crap's gonna hit the fan. Like, everything's just gonna go into hyperdrive. It's gonna feel like you're flying by way too fast, and you're gonna feel out of control, or at least I did. Then again, I have control issues. But regardless, that's usually the tipping point when it comes to wedding planning. If everything's going smoothly so far, keep an eye out on it. It's a pattern. It's a statistical pattern at this point for me. What I've noticed is that if they're gonna change their whole look, that's when they're gonna do it. It's 4 weeks, like a month before their wedding. If you've ever been in a wedding before, they're the brides that say, I just want the morning to feel smooth. And if you have been, I'm pretty sure you're having flashbacks at the moment, because I'm having flashbacks of wedding mornings that aren't smooth. I'm there to be your hype girl. I am your calm amidst the bridesmaid chaos. Also, there are so many brides I hear say, I'm just scared my glam is not gonna look how I want it to look. And there's a couple ways around that. One of those is choose an artist whose portfolio best represents what you want for yourself. And another one is to find inspo pictures of people with your same hair color, your same eye color, even as far as your same face shape, because that makes a big difference. Like, we are makeup artists. We can replicate, we cannot duplicate. I am not a Xerox machine. I think I just aged myself with that one. But we're not a Xerox machine. Like, we can do something similar on you, but we're not going to be able to match it exactly. And if you go in with that already in your head, you're not going to be as disappointed. It's realistic. You just need to make sure you have realistic expectations. And one thing I can do, or one thing that I do to ensure that my brides have the closest thing to their dream hair as possible, I include rental extensions in every single one of my packages. Every single one of my brides, they have the option to use them. The one thing that you are not going to find in my kit is bronzer. Like, I don't like it. It's the #1 way to look muddy, to soften literally every single one of your features, and you look kind of dirty. I mean, that's just my preference. Please don't take any offense to any of this if it's something you love. If you love bronzer, bronze your little heart out. But that's just not my personal style, so why would I have it in my kit if I'm not going to use it? It's wasting space for things that I love. And one thing that brides don't realize about planning is you're going to be looking at yourself a lot more than you're used to. Dress fittings, engagement photos, portraits, previews. I'm responsible for part of that, but you need to get comfortable looking at yourself. Because like I said, you're going to do it a lot. And I'm not saying that to scare you. This is a good time to, this is when you need to identify your favorite features about yourself, because that's what's going to help you most of all. But yeah, identifying your favorite features about yourself is going to be the easiest way to get through this without being really hard on yourself. One of the biggest traps I see brides fall into is over scrolling. Now I know, I spend more than my fair share of time on Pinterest. You're just going to confuse yourself, honestly. And to avoid that, I want you to narrow in your keywords that are so specific that it's okay if there's only 5 results for what you type in. Honestly, better than 500. That's a lot less sorting and going through. You'll thank me later, I promise. Something I've also noticed is, I'm not saying don't care. When you remove the pressure from yourself for everything to be perfect, you are going to enjoy everything so much more. But you'll actually enjoy your wedding planning and spending time with your future partner after you let go of that expectation of yourself. And I'm going to highly recommend doing that. I'm going to speak from experience here. If there's something that your partner can take care of or handle, let them. Like, I'm serious. I still struggle with that. Let's be real here. But, like, let them help. They want to. They love you. They're marrying you because they want to spend the rest of their life with you. So the sooner you let them start helping, the easier it's going to be for everybody. Another thing is, it's okay to not know exactly what you want the minute that ring gets on your finger. Oh, that was so satisfying. Holy crap, that was wonderful. Something that's really funny that I've noticed too is everyone tries to be calm for you. Like, yes, we appreciate you doing your part, but someone else's calmness is not going to calm you and your nerves. Like, yes, it may help tremendously, but that's not going to fix whatever it is that is causing you to feel some type of way. I love cleaning my kit. I love it so much. It's literally my favorite activity. One of my favorite things about wedding mornings is seeing how sentimental, like, moms, aunts, grandparents, everybody gets when they see you, like, all ready and done up for the first time. You hear me saying done up. Goodness, I sound like a grandma. But when they see you dressed in your veil, your shoes, jewelry for the first time, I love seeing the look in their eyes. Oh my gosh. I usually have to step away from that moment for I get a little teary, and I hate that I do. Oh, it's just so sweet, and it's one of the reasons I do what I do, because I like seeing it, because I'm trying to find a way to put this in the words. They see you, seeing yourself, feeling all beautiful and done up and just feeling the... Goodness, I should have written this down. This part's hard for me. But they know that they're seeing the... Goodness! Your family knows that you're seeing yourself the way they've seen you for years. And, oh, that just does something to me. That is just so sweet. I love it. It's so sentimental, and when the photographer can catch that. Oh. Can you tell I cry every time I get a gallery back? Oh my gosh. And a lot of people don't realize how monumental their wedding morning actually is. Which is why you have to be very picky when it comes to your hair and makeup artist, because you are spending like half of your day with them. Like, would you rather spend half of your day with someone that's chaotic, all over the place, just hectic and haphazard? No, I wouldn't either. Because would you rather your memory be just calm, serene, feeling unbothered, like everything's taken care of, where you can actually turn off your brain? Or would you rather remember bridesmaids running around, steaming dresses, mascara running because they didn't listen? And there's just something so special about spending your wedding morning and your favorite day with your favorite people. Oh my gosh. I love it. Like, that's a whole nother level of bonding that I don't think people realize is capable. Or that is, like, you may think you're close, but after your wedding morning, you're really close. My favorite kinds of brides are the ones that are confident in their choices. They're unbothered by Aunt Susie May or Aunt Janie or whoever's opinion on what they should and shouldn't do for their wedding day. They are the calmest people I have ever encountered. And that's how it should be. And also the brides that actually trust their wedding vendors, because their morning, like their wedding memory is not of them micromanaging. It's letting the people they hire actually do their job. And on that same note, your wedding vendors work for you. You do not have to listen to every single thing they say. Can you tell I'm partly experiencing that right now? Because I am. Like, if your vendor is pressuring you to get them an answer within 24 hours, that's honestly, that's really unrealistic. They've got to understand that other people have lives. And by no means am I hating on planners. They are literally some of my favorite people because they make everyone else's day go smoothly. Some of them out there have some slightly unrealistic expectations. I also love when brides choose a look that looks like them, that they love, and not something trendy. Can you imagine a bride with just a streak of blush all across her face if she usually wears something a little more sculpted? That's really gonna date her photos. That would have been like if let's say I got married in 2016, because that's really popular now. And imagine if I had done a butterfly cut crease with rhinestone eyeliner, and I never wore anything like that. Or a better example, imagine I went ultra minimal, very little makeup when I would usually wear the full kit and caboodle. Do you know how out of place I would have felt if I'd done that? Looking back, I could look back on my pictures and be like, who let me make that choice? And all that to say, pick what you want. It's your wedding. Here are some things that I've seen that actually make your wedding morning feel like nice, upscale, elevated, intentional. Is choosing somewhere with really good lighting. We've all been somewhere where it was dark wood walls, wood panels, wood tables, wood floors, everything. And I'm pretty sure you can visualize something like that as I speak. Like, no shame against those venues or anything by the slightest. But your team, your artists, your vendors are gonna have to bring in so much artificial light. Like, so many light panels and boxes, flash galore. Yeah, pick a venue with natural light, because your photos are gonna turn out better. Something else that's gonna make your morning feel absolutely spectacular is a very detailed timeline. And when I say very detailed, I mean every single movement, like every single moving part, wedding party wise, vendor wise, is all documented. That way, literally someone can just walk in, pick up the sheet, and tell you exactly who is where and doing what and what is going to happen next. guests and whatnot. Yeah, you just want to make sure your day is extremely organized and planned out, because that's what's going to make you feel a lot better. That's what made me sleep really well the night before, was knowing that my planner had everything handled for me. And what else is going to help that is making your decisions very early on instead of putting them off to the last minute. Things that you can do while you're planning when it feels like you can't do anything. Go ahead and pick your song choices. Because man, those are hard. Let me tell you, those are really hard. Yeah, pick your song choices, decide who's walking down the aisle with who, this, that, and the other. Pro tip, I had my parents sit on my opposite side, that way they could see my actual face when I got married, and my husband's parents were on the other side. I don't know, it feels weird. You want them to be able to see you when you get married. And when I say parents, I mean like the people that are most important to you. I went off on a tangent there. But when it feels like there's nothing to do planning wise, decide if you want your wedding party to have coordinating nail colors, if you want to do wedding morning gifts or gift your wedding party their glam. Hint, hint, I recommend that. They love it. Because that actually pays off for years, whereas they may lose an earring in a week or two. Something else that makes your wedding day just feel extra special and wonderful is the vendor team that actually works together. Like, they know each other, they've met, like, they vetted each other, they know how the other people work on that team. That just makes things so much easier. I promise it does. And the more buffer time you have in your getting ready morning, the better. I'm telling you this, it's true. If it takes you 5 minutes to get dressed on a regular day, it's going to take 30 on your wedding day. Those dresses are heavy, and you require help with them. I promise you do. And some things that I wish brides knew about themselves is you don't have to look perfect to look stunning. Like, you look stunning as you are. Like, I will absolutely do my ever-loving best to make sure you feel like the hottest thing to ever grace that venue. As long as you feel good and you think you look good, that's all that matters. Like, your bouquet doesn't have to be perfect. At 10 o'clock that night, you're not going to be worrying about what color your table linens are, how many chairs you have at each table, etc., etc. So don't let the smaller things stress you out. Again, tying back to the point. The sooner you can take care of the smaller details, the better. Because that way you won't be stressing about them for months on end. Also, the look that feels the most like you is always the right one. Like, if you wear your hair up every single day and it's never down, and you choose a down style, like Hollywood wave for your wedding day, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. And it's better to figure that out now than it be your wedding morning and your hair is in waves and you tell your artist that you hate it. There's not going to be time to redo it. Like, we will do our absolute best to accommodate you and make sure you are as happy as possible. But that's not going to be the most realistic option. But yeah, we want you to feel like yourself. Like, that ear-to-ear grin's all we want from you. This one's really big, is you're allowed to have preferences. If you don't like peonies, you don't have to have peonies. Like, if your bridesmaid is having a fit about walking down the aisle with somebody, they just have to deal with it, honestly. When you sign up to be a bridesmaid, when you agree to that, when you say yes, you are saying yes to bachelorettes, bridal showers, fittings, all the bridal activities. Like, that's the day you shut up and do everything you can for the bride to make her happy. I clearly have big feelings about that, too. You look better than you think you do, especially when you're smiling and when you're happy. That's when you're most beautiful. And if you love the way you look, when it's all said and done, everyone else will too. Like, no one's gonna say anything if you want to have your hair, like a piece of hair, your little face framing down. They're not gonna say anything if you want it pulled back. If you're happy, you look spectacular. And that's the wonderful thing about weddings, is no one can say anything to you that day. Like, they have to be nice. And if they're not nice, I will make them leave. From your getting ready area, at least. Because your comfort is my priority. So I want to know, when are you getting married? And what vendors do you have booked so far? And also, what do you look for in your vendors? I'm curious. Because I know people in other locations behave differently than they do in the South. They have different priorities. Like, if you're getting married in the Rockies, you're not going to give a happy crackle about humidity. We do down here, clearly. Like, holy frizz is all I'm going to say. Because that's usually my bride's biggest concerns, is they're worried about the humidity. But, I mean, as a local, I've grown up here. I've lived here for almost 30 years. Get someone that understands your climate of where you're getting married. And I know researching your vendors when you're not actively there is going going to be a little harder, but it's going to pay off in the long run. Like, I'm not saying don't fly people out, because I'm all for doing what you want to do, but the people that are currently working and living in the area you're getting married, they know it best. Like, I'm better suited for coastal weddings, whether that be East Coast or West Coast, because wind, humidity, salt air, that's what I know. Like, if you ask me to go to, I don't know, like, if you want me to go to South Dakota, I will absolutely go, but I recommend finding an artist that lives in South Dakota, that understands the elevation, everything. There's just so many variables, but local vendors. That's all I'm gonna say. And on another note, your planner may have a recommended list. You don't have to put people on that list, but that list exists because they are people and companies that your planner trusts and knows can deliver, or else they would not be on that list, let me tell you. And I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but while your planner is an actual planner, like, it's their job, don't have to take their word law. Like, you are definitely okay to not take their suggestions. I highly recommend you do. But again, their word is not law. If you're still here, I want to know what shape, or tell me about your ring. I want to know about your ring. Oh, I eat those up. One of my favorite things about being a hair and makeup specialist, 9 times out of 10, I get to see the dress before anybody else. Oh, and they are so beautiful. Everyone's got such good taste. If you're looking for a hair and makeup artist that specializes in humid climates, structured glam, engineered glam, like, if you want your face to look like it was snatched without being in a corset, I'm your girl. That being said, I do only take 45 weddings a year. That way I can make sure that I can put as much focus on you and your day as possible, because you deserve the best. But yeah, comment, tell me about your rings down below. I am going to finish deep cleaning everything because it's been over an hour and I'm still not done.